how I kept 35 pounds off for 8 years now. I'm 66 years old. There's three main things I did, and let's get into it right now. The first thing I did was I dialed in my nutrition. That took a while, but I started working on my nutrition right away. The first night when I looked at myself in the mirror and decided I had to get this weight off that I had gained the year after I left the military, I immediately went to my cabinet and threw junk away. Got rid of all my sugary stuff in there. I had a trash bag and I got rid of potato chips. And then I dialed it in, and I started with, I used to eat a lot of fast food. I stopped eating fast food except for a couple prime areas. I ate subs from Subway, or I would get the chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A and eat it without the bread most of the time. Sometimes I ate it with the bread, but it took me a while. I started learning how to eat correctly, and I dialed in. At the same time I was doing that, I started walking. The very next morning, I started walking. Yes, and I started off walking more and more steps each and every day. I had been walking before, but I wasn't doing enough of it. I picked it up. I really picked up the pace with my walking. I walked on a treadmill. I walked outside like I'm doing in the park right now. And I would walk hills. I would walk flat, different terrain. And I walked twice a day sometimes, twice a day. Not once a day, twice a day. And I generally would walk for an hour like this in the park. And when I went to the gym for my workout, I would generally walk on the treadmill 10 or 15 minutes before my workout started and 10 or 15 minutes after it was over. So you can see I got after it. My name's Mike Norris, and I got out of the military when I was 56, retired from the military when I was 56 years old. I was an old guy in the military. And I started driving for Uber, put on a bunch of weight, eating terrible, and I came back from California, saw my gut. When I got out of the mirror, I'd always been in great shape, and all of a sudden here I am with a gut. And I saw that, and I said, I'm going to do something. I got to get on this off right now. And I immediately got on Google, of all places back then, and started searching for how to eat correctly, how to eat what foods I should be eating to lose weight. I'd always been in great shape. I didn't worry about it, but it caught up to me in my 50s. A lot of you, it'll catch up to you in your 30s or 40s. But I had a channel 10, 11 years ago, and this is the same channel on YouTube, and I did these walk and talks, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I provided information back then on a lot of different things, like what I did with eBay and Facebook Marketplace and driving for YouTube. But then when I started losing the weight, I had walk and talks where I was walking and talking about some of the things that I was doing. So, number one was my diet. I fixed my diet. Number two was I moved. And I worked up to 10,000 steps a day. Basically for years and years, I tried to get 10,000 steps a day. Now, I try to get 15,000 steps a day at the age of 66. The third thing I did, I had always been working out, lifting weights, but I started really working out differently, doing fast workouts, moving between different machines, different dumbbells and stuff, and really burning my muscles by working fast, not using as much weight as I was doing, but working faster. Those three things are the key to how I got the weight off and kept it off. I've kept it off for 8 years, not doing all kind of fancy things, just by doing what I just told you, those three things. Now, in more videos, I'm gonna go deeply into them, each one of them, how I use them to lose the weight and how I've used them to keep the weight off. And I'm 66 years old. In the past year, my body has improved tremendously, which blows my mind. I can't believe it. And I'll go into that in other videos. But welcome to the channel. If this is your first time being here, the next video, I'm going to go into the nutrition. I'll talk to you later.